Good. Mm. Home. Thank you so much, and welcome to this class. Yesterday we were able to talk about a few things. We first talked about the BDCA cycle, which the organizational level of the BDCA, not the organization, but the operational level of the BDCA cycle, and we were able to talk about that. These are the things that we do. It's product specific or process specific. These are the things that we do on a day-to-day basis. So those are some of the things you should not be able to forget. In every day you need to plan your day. You need to like you plan, you do, you act, and then um uh, you check and then act. So those are some of the things we mentioned when it comes to the BDC cycle, the organizational level. We also talked about the risk-based thinking and risk-based approach, and we said risk-based thinking is having that pessimistic mindset, that you are preparing for the worst even before they do happen. So that is what we discussed, and we said when you are doing risk-based thinking, you also need to consider that everything is in line. Like you just do not bring in things from nowhere and then start doing them. No, you have to plan yourself, ask yourself what could go wrong in the future. And then after knowing what could go wrong, ask yourself what is going to be the impact. After knowing the impact, ask yourself how are you going to respond to that. That is what risk-based thinking is all about. Like you're thinking of the risk before even they do happen. So basically, that is what we did say. So that also brought us to the end of the clause number 0 on ISO 22000. And you remember we said ISO 22000 has other 10 clauses now, clause number 1 to 10. So we are done with clause number 0. It's now our time to discuss the 10 clauses of ISO 22000 2018. And when we talk about the 10 clauses, these are the 10 sections. So the clauses or sections mean one the same thing. So welcome to today's class. And this is as we mentioned, ISO 22000 is made up of 10 clauses or 10 sections, which uh, uh, which is almost similar as what we said with the other ISO management system standards. You remember we talked about the ISO management system standard. For example, 22000. We say it has 10 clauses. We have ISO 9000 and 9001 has 10 clauses. ISO 14001 has 10 clauses. The ISO 45001. So all these ones are what we refer to as the ISO management system standard. These are the management systems, the ISOs that are used to manage a few things. So, for example, environmental management system standard, occupational health and safety management system, food safety management system, quality management system. So, those are the ISO management systems. And we see this one has what we refer to as the high level structure. And we say the high level structure is whereby we are having a similar structure for all the ISO management system standards. Why are we having similar structure? For purposes of what we refer to as uniformity in terms of the definitions and the definitions of terms. Number 2 is for purposes of ease when you are doing auditing, that you can be able to integrate more than one standard. Tuko pamoja, ladies and gentlemen? Thumbs up to confirm that we are together. Good. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Chapkwe, Jacqueline, yeah, and the rest of the team. Yeah, that is in essence, the introductory part of this is for you to be able to understand the high level structure. And I think we talked about the high level structure so well. And we say that the high level structure, we have clauses number 1, number 0, all the way to clause number 10, which we are now going to discuss the clause number 1 to 10 in details today. Now, the introduction, and still part of the introduction, we say additional clauses, clause number 4 to 10. Oh, say something I didn't mention. ISO 22000 that contains the requirements that need to be specified as specified in clause number 4 to 10. In simple terms, we say the auditable clauses are clause number 4 to 10. So you remember, we said these ones we have clause number 0, clause number 1, 2, and 3. And we say these ones are non-auditable. Non-auditable. So you cannot be able to be out. They are not auditable. You cannot be audited for that. These are just giving life to the standard. But now clause number 4 to clause number 10 contains the requirements. So it contains the requirement that you need to be satisfy, or you need to be certified too. I don't know kama hiyo Kiingereza inaingiana. Clause number 4 to 10 contains the requirements of ISO 22000 that you need to meet the requirements, or that needs to be satisfied. Okay, so that is what in simple terms this clause was saying. But apart from now these requirements, which are detailed in clause number 4 to 10, we have clause number 8, which contains some other things, which we refer to as the prerequisite programs, the HACCP, the OPRP, and the rest. So in addition to clause number 4 to 10, there are further set of requirements detailed in clause number 8, which include the HACCP principles. The principles actually are like other guidelines. And I know by now you should be able to know the principles, the 7 principles of HACCP, and be able to even understand and memorize them even of it. These are the things you should be able to have in your fingertips. And this HACCP principle is as per the Codex Alimentarius. And by now, you should know what Codex Alimentarius is. It's a commission which brings up together 2 bodies. Which are these bodies? Which are these bodies? Who do we have in this class? Thank you, Gregory. At least I can see you. You are here on time. Maybe I can ask Lillian. Lillian, which 2 bodies makes up Codex Alimentarius? The bodies that makes up Codex Alimentarius. Lillian.
Mr. Joy.
Hey, okay. Joy Angela. The 2 bodies that makes up Codex Alimentarius Commission.
Wait a minute. The 2 bodies?
That's the 2 bodies that makes up Codex Alimentarius. It's a joint commission. You know, Codex Alimentarius is a joint commission between 2 bodies. Which one are which?
Okay. I'm remembering the name.
It is FAO and the WHO.
Thank you so much, Gregory.
Yeah.
Let's give Victoria a round of applause.
Yeah.
Yes.
Food and agriculture. Yeah.
Yes, FAO and WHO.
World Health Organization.
Thank you so much, Joyangela, as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, that you needed that to be reminder. Every time you hear of Codex Alimentarius, think of FAO and WHO. These 2 bodies, FAO and the WHO. Okay, I'm somebody. I was talking to someone some years back. I don't say FAO, say FAO. I don't know. Is it Gregory? Is it FAO or the FAO?
It depends. It depends
What
how
is
you want to.
You see, there is a name. You see, if you go to a European country at the moment, or any country that this body works with, there is a name they use. They say FAO. They don't say FAO. I don't know where we got FAO from. Or WHO tunasema who. It is not who, it is WHO. And this one is FAO. Because they are 2 different things. By the way, it's a good thing. If you ever find yourself and you are asked of these things, and you are like, oh, okay. So I was having a conversation with someone, and they told me, when you are referring to this organization, don't say FAO, say FAO, because it's an acronym for Food and Agriculture Organization. Same thing to WHO. That is why even we don't say HACCP. HACCP. You see, it is called HACCP. So it is HASSUB. So HACCP. So each body, each organization has their own way of definition. So that was that aside. So I was just telling you, Codex Alimentarius is a joint commission between FAO, and WHO. These two commissions came together, FAO for purposes of food and WHO for purposes of health. And they now decided and say, sometimes food can cause illnesses, or sometimes food can be medicine. So these two will share something in common. And they had their first meeting around in 1946. So Codex Alimentarius was, I think, initially put to action in 1946. Yeah, it's now old enough. So that is around over 80 years now. Or 1946 to date, how many years? This is to report independence in 1963. Oh, so now this is considered as a core of the system, as well as the operational level of the food safety management system. So these two, this is clause number 8, is the most important part of ISO 22000. It is the engine. If you ever want to know ISO 22000, if there is a clause you just need to understand, it's clause number 8, operation, because operation is the most important part of this standard. And you are going to see when we'll be discussing this clause by clause definition. Now, under the organizational level of the BDCA cycle, we've been able to split the BDCA. We've said P is clause number 4 to clause number 7. P is clause number 8. C is clause number 9. And A is clause number 10. So clause number 4 to 7 is falling under the plan part of the BDCA cycle. Clause number 8 is operation, is the do part of the BDCA cycle, and on the organizational level, that is you should know. And now check is the check is clause number 9, which is always performance evaluation. Acting is always improvement, which is clause number 10. So this is how we've been able to also split the 10 clauses, and especially now the auditable ones. So this is now on the auditable clauses. We are going to just go through the other ones. For example, the clause numbers 1 to 3, which is just having some additional information about the standard. But for the purpose of this class, I just wanted you to also know and be able to understand that P is plan is clause number 4 to 7. Do is clause number 8. Check is clause number 9. Act is clause number 10. So these are the in general what we refer to as BDCA cycle under the organizational level. Now, today's class, I want us to discuss the clause number 1 to clause number 10, but we are not going to discuss all of them. Probably we can discuss the first clause to around clause number 5 or 6, and then we can be able to leave the class at that. So I hope to finish this class in the next maybe around by 8:30 or so that it doesn't take too long. And this is a Friday. So scope is clause number 1, and this one, the scope. What do you mean by the scope first? If somebody tells you scope, what does it mean? Benina, can you help us maybe in literal meaning? What does scope mean?
It means the areas being covered, areas of interest.
The areas of interest or the areas being covered. Perfect. Makofi. Let's give a round of applause to Penina. That's a good one. Yeah, makofi jameni. Yes. A scope in this case is the like from what end to what end can you take up this? That is what the scope is all about. So food safety management system is also having a scope. And you remember, it is intended to ensure food is safe for consumption. So I want you to know that the first thing, everything when it comes to scope, you ask yourself, why are we having this? The reason. Why are we having this standard? So the reason for the standard, to ensure food is safe for consumption. Ensure food is safe for consumption. That is the first thing you should be able to have in mind when it comes to food safety. And when it comes to FSMS, and which the scope is going to tell us the purpose of the standard. So the first thing is purpose of the standard. I want you to imagine and know that every time you hear of the scope, the first thing that comes to mind is the purpose of the standard, which is to ensure food is safe for consumption. Number 2 is the sections of the standard that you need to certify. And for this case, we say the standard has from clause number 4 to clause number 10 contains the requirement. So the standard, or what you refer to as the sections of the standard, or the clauses that are containing the requirement is clause number 4 to clause number 10. That is part of the scope. You see, that is some of the things you need to understand when it comes to scope. The other thing is the type of organization, the types of organizations that need to apply this standard. And we say the types of organization is any organization within the food value, the food chain, not value chain, the food chain. We need an organization within the food chain, because you remember we said there's a difference between food value chain, the food chain, the value chain, and the supply chain. So this case we are talking about the food chain. So like the general terms from farm to fork. So it applies to all the organization within the food chain, regardless of their complexity, regardless of their size, and regardless of what any other regardless. Yeah, just have that in mind. So maybe I can read through. So it does this through the application of processes determined by you as an organization, so that you can be able to determine like for purposes of continuous improvement. Leave that alone. So just ensure food is safe for consumption. That is the purpose. Number 2, the food safety management system aims to assure conformity to applicable statutory and regulatory and customer requirements. And the 2018 version includes even what we refer to as the feed and food feed producers and animal food producers. Just a moment, kuna Tenalfa hapa anataka kusaidiwa. Thank you. You're a good boy. Sawa. Nikwambia saa zingine this generation wanasema it's my time. Sorry for that. So the 2018 version includes the feed and animal food processors. That is why anyone within the food value chain, these feed manufacturers, you remember we say food is anything meant for consumption, inclusive of feed and animal food. But for those people who are not in this class, when we say that, we said food is anything meant for consumption, maybe probably with nutritional for purposes of nutrition. And what else do we need to talk about? Food for purposes of nutrition. And food is anything, either raw, cooked, or semi-processed. All that refers to food. And it also includes feed and animal food. And we say feed is anything meant for consumption by food-producing animals. Feed is meant for food-producing animals, be it raw, be it processed, be it semi-processed, whichever. It is feed, so long as it is meant for food-producing animals. Animal food on the other hand is food meant for non-food-producing animals. For example, pets. And for pet animal food, I need to imagine the pet food we normally give it. It's called animal food because, for example, if it's a cat, it's called cat food. If it's for example, it's a dog, it's dog meat. So it has the name of that animal and what they give us. So that is what we refer to as animal food. And this is majorly meant for the pets. Let me just call them pets. Yeah, so we are food scientists, so everything there is food. So the scope sets out 3 things, and I think I've mentioned that. 1, the purpose of the standard. Purpose of the standard ni nini? Purpose of ISO 22000 standard?
To ensure the food is safe for consumption.
To ensure food is safe for consumption. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Who else have not spoken? I need somebody who have not spoken in this class. Kinuthia, the types of organizations ISO 22000 is designed to apply?
Probably food processing organization.
Food processing organization, wrong. Jacqueline?
The food and the feed producers.
Feed and food producers, wrong. Stacy? Stacy?
Yes.
Tell me the type of organizations which is designed to apply ISO 22000.
Nilikuwa nafikiria food production organizations.
Food production, wrong. Tracy? After Tracy, tunaenda Krikori.
Are there any organization within the food chain?
Perfect. That is any organization within the food chain. Any organization, regardless of their size, regardless of their complexity, and regardless of where they are. So any type of organization. Number 3, the sections of the standard which you need to be compliant to. Petronila, which clauses contains the requirements of ISO 22000? Which clauses? Penina, I think your mic is on. Tell us.
4 to 7. 4 to 10.
Can we Shanghai 4 to 7? Okay, 4 to 7 is P. They are just planned part of the PPC cycle. But the sections of the standard is close number 4 to close number 10. Perfect. This is what scope is all about. So who can be certified? ISO is designed to be applicable to all organizations in the food chain, regardless of their size and complexity. These include organizations that directly or indirectly involved in one or more stages of the food chain. Small or less developed organization can implement and maintain a food safety management system. Perfect. I think that was it. Now, number 2. Clause number 2. Is clause number 1 okay first? Have we understood what the scope is all about? The 3 things. The type of organization, the sections of the standard, and the purpose of the standard. Tuko pamoja? Thumbs up.
So the feed industry are not equal to have the ISO?
No, we say food is anything meant for consumption, inclusive of feed and animal food manufacturers.
So
Wako ndani hapo. So you can be in a feed manufacturing industry and apply ISO 22000. Tuko pamoja Penina?
okay, I get you.
Yes, food is anything meant for consumption, anything. Hapa si ile ya binadamu peke yake, ni anything meant for consumption. Be it animal food, be it feed, be it human food. All that applies. Tuko pamoja, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up. Perfect. Let's move to clause number 2, normative references. But first, before we talk about normative references, the one thing you should know, ISO 22000 does not have normative reference. ISO 22000 does not have normative reference. Na hata ukienda kwa standard sahi, I've already shared with you the standard. I think every one of you. I hope you received my email. Thumbs up. Oh, Chepkwech, sikupata email yako. Kindly nitafute, niandikie email. There's a form you were supposed to sign, probably you did not sign. Chepkwech, tuko pamoja? Yeah, sichapata email yako, so I need to get your email so that I can share with you the notes and the other. So you can text me and then I'll share with you everything. I think the rest of the team has received the notes. Now, I was telling you, if you go and take to the standard, utapata clause number 2, 0. Na hakuna kitu. So ISO 22000 does not have does not have normative references. But first, what are normative references? Ndo tujue ni nini hizi vitu kwanza. By the way, what are references? I'll start with who? Gregory. Nafikiria Jacqueline na Gregory. Sijasikia sauti zao sana. Wacha tuanze na Gregory. Gregory, my good friend.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, what are references?
A reference.
Mm-hmm.
Sasa naweza explain aje hiyo?
Ile tu kusema reference. Si ukiandika report unamalizaka unasema reference.
Yani where you can get I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Okay.
know to
As you think of it, Jacqueline. As Gregory thinks, Jacqueline, what do you think?
It's basically information.
Hivyo tu?
Mm.
Sidhani kama ni hivyo tu. Nani hajaongea? Eric. Hata Chepkwesi sijasikia sauti yake sana. Eric, acha tuanze na wewe. William ako hapa. Eric, tell us. What are references?
Now, references can say that the areas whereby you can cite. Yeah, you can give a citation and where you refer when you are implementing. Maybe you're implementing a standard. Like now, when you talk about these, there are areas where you can refer. For example, you can refer to ISO to 2000, 2018.
Eric.
Yes.
I want you to tell me references. Layman language.
Or in a layman's language.
Yes.
A reference refers to an area that you can where you can give a citation. I don't know
what
what
does
it
mean. Citation is not layman.
Where you can refer to.
Refer is the same word. You're using the same word to define the same word.
Now let me think of a
William atuambie. William.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
Reference ni nini bwana? In a layman's language.
Oh, reference. I
Yes.
can describe them as a source of information.
Hata usiendelee, tumpigie makofi William. Basically, reference is the source. Where did you got this information from? Or where can I go and find more information about this? William, is that the case?
Yes.
Ama nimeongeza zangu.
Iko sawa.
Yes, so references is where you got more information from, or the source of the information, where you can get more information from, or the source of the information you have just given. And citation was the right word. Eric, you were right. Citation. You cite. But now I wanted you to tell me what citation is so that we can better understand. So, ISO 22000, haina hiyo. Yani in simple terms, ISO 22000, 2018 does not have normative reference. It does not have where you get more information. But in ISO 22000, we have some other family standards, like we have other ISO standards that helps us to understand the standard. So here you can go for this link, you can get information from here, you can get it from no. ISO developed ISO 22000 is a standalone, and then it has some other sub standards. Actually, there are different types of standards, but do I want to get into that discussion today now? Huh? Do I really want to get into that? Let me see if I have it here. the types of standards. Okay, I think I'll talk about that, the types of standards in our next class. Remind me that. And William, you want to say something about the types of standards? I hope so. I wanted to see if I have it in the there's some notes I was making today, and I thought I have it instantly. Yes, William?
Yes, I can just mention, but
yes, I can explain when you mention.
Yes, the further information you will provide.
Yes.
Yes. There are two main types of standards. There's type 1, MSS.
Type 1?
MSS. That contain requirements against which an organization can be audited for and certified.
And type 2?
Yes, and type B, MSS.
Yes, so that is basically type A and type B.
Yeah.
When we talk about MSS, it is Management System Standards. For example, ISO 22000-2018 is a type A MSS. When I say type A MSS, it means it contains the it contains the requirement that we need to be certified. You need to be certified too. But when it comes to ISO 22002, sorry. So when you come to type B, for example, ISO 22002 does not contain any requirement. So it is a type B management system standard. For example, ISO 9000 is a type B MSS, but ISO 9001 is a type A MSS. Are we together? Tunaelewa? Thumbs up kama umeelewa hiyo. Or do you want me to repeat it? Bado. Naona wengine wanasema bado. Nirudie. Wacha nitoe sweta. Jua hii kazi inakuwa lazima ufanye mpaka ueleze vizuri. Now, type A. Let me use this side. Type A and type B. So this is type A MSS. Ukisikia MSS, acha nimwambie huyu atulie kwanza. Hello. Good evening. Si nimaliza darasa alafu nikupigie. Sawa. Perfect. Now let me bring back my phone. Nione venye mnanichekea. I see. Nasema na nitoe sweta, mnasema hii ni gani? It is very hot. Teaching is a calling. Hii si kila mtu anaweza fanya. So MSS is Management System Standard. So a Management System Standard is like, for example, ISO 22000. We have it is a Food Safety Management System Standard. It's a Food Safety MSS. But now, which type? We have two types. We have type A and type B. For example, ISO 22000. These are type A. But ISO 22002 is a type B. Type A contains requirements. The one we were saying, the requirement in this standard is in clause number 4 to clause number 10. But number B, this one for ISO 22002 does not contain any requirement. Like, you just need to read it to give you more information about type A. For example, ISO 22002 will help you get the prerequisite programs for ISO 22000. So it is giving us more information about type A. So if we could be talking about the references, these type B management system standards could be the references in our case, in this case. For example, in ISO 22000 standard, we only have one MSS, which is ISO 22000:2018. But we have type B MSS almost like 4. We have ISO 22002, ISO 22003, ISO 22004, ISO 22001. But of importance in the type B MSS for ISO 22000 is ISO 22002, which has around 5 or 6 subsections, which we are going to see. But also, for example, ISO 9001 is a type A MSS, whereas ISO 9000 flat is a type B MSS, because we are only certified to ISO 9001 and not ISO 9000. Tuko pamoja mpaka hapo? Tumeelewana? Thumbs up. Lilian, sijui kama umeelewa ama bado nirudie kidogo. Naona ni kama kila mtu ameelewa. Chepkoech, uko sawa? Perfect. Perfect. You'll give us a text to understand better. Thank you. Let me write it down. Types of ISO management system standards. I have something, a very good narrative I was writing today, and when I was talking about, I was telling a friend something about the types of standards, and yeah, I'll share with you instantly after this class. I'll share. Good, perfect. Now back to this one. I was telling you ISO 22000 does not have references, but it contains other requirements. But ISO 9001, by the way, has references. It has normative reference. A normative reference is a conditional element of the standard. You see, the conditional element, like you're saying, without this, you cannot have it. Remember, the conditional element of the standard shall give a list of reference documents. Like it has a list of the points where you got the information from. That makes it indispensable from the application of the document. That is why you cannot be able to apply the document without those references. Are we together? So in other words, by citing something as normative reference, we are saying it is considered as indispensable to the application of that standard. We are saying it is indispensable. You cannot take it away from the application of that standard. Like you cannot be able to fully apply the standard without going to those documentation, because they contain the requirement which helps you to better understand it. So unlike ISO 9001, there are no, here actually I think I should put in a red pen than make a capital letter. There are no normative references in ISO 22000. However, it will be very helpful and very important for you to have a look at some of the ISO 22000 family standards that helps us better understand ISO 22000. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. So ISO 22000 has ISO 22004, which is guidance to the application of ISO 22000. Like if I need guidance on how to apply ISO 22000, I will just go and look for ISO 22004 of 2014. That is a type B MSS. Another type B MSS is ISO 22005, which is the traceability in the feed and the food chain, the general principles and basic requirements for food system design and implementation. These are the traceability in the feed and food chain, ISO 22005. Another one is ISO 22002 series, which is just, we'll call it ISO 22002 X series. We say X series because there are several series. In our case here, I'm going to give you 6 series. Number 1, ISO 22002 number 1 deals with food manufacturing, which most of us are in. Food manufacturing. So if you ever asked where to we get the good manufacturing practices? Where do we get the good just good manufacturing practices? For purpose, this is prerequisite programs for food safety, for purposes of food manufacturing, or for the food manufacturing industry, comes from ISO 22002, number 1 of 2009. It's a 2009. Actually, I think that one is currently, I think it's around we have a 2020 or 2021 or 2023. I'll need to check the best one, the latest one. Then number 2 is ISO 22002, number 2, for people in food catering. Wale watu wanafanyaga outside ile catering, wale watu wa hospitality and whatever. All the people in hospitality, where do they get their good prerequisite programs? For example, zile za kufaa dust coats ni nini when we are doing production, hiyo maneno iko 2002 number 1. Wale watu wa kufaa apron na kufaa ile kofia yao na ile kamini lab coat ile ya watu wa catering, hiyo maneno iko ISO 22002 number 2 of 2013. ISO 22002 number 3 is for people in farming, in primary production. Actually, I need to write it that. It is for people in primary production. Wale watu wanapandaga minji huko ndio watuletee kwa factory. Wale watu wanapanda sorghum watuletee kwa factory. Wale watu wanapanda mahindi watuletee kwa factory. Ile good agricultural practices inapatikana hapa kwa 2002 number 3. 2002 number 4 ni ya watu wanafanya kitu inaitwa food packaging manufacturing. Food packaging manufacturing. Which company makes food packaging here in Kenya? Nairobi Plastics. We have also Infinity Plastics. Wale watu wanatengenezaga ile kitu ya sausage, ile packaging ya protein paste, wale wa Farmers Choice. Hiyo covering here ya juu, they manufacture that. It is also food packaging manufacturing. What else? What else are packaging? Hata wale wanatengeneza zile boxes. Just name all those food packaging manufacturing companies. They get their prerequisite programs from ISO 22002 number 4. We have ISO 22002 number 5, which is not in this slide. Is for people in logistics. Wale watu wanataka kutembeza, wale watu wa magari, travels, hii ya movement of goods. And it's just logistics. In simple terms, let's just say logistics. Hiyo iko 2002 number 5. 2002 number 6 ni ya watu tunawaita animal food and feed production. Prerequisite programs for animal food and feed production. That is why question ya Penina inakuwa answered hapa. Do people in feed manufacturing apply ISO 22000? Yes, because even their prerequisite programs are set out in ISO 22002 number 6. And basically, all these industries, number 1, food manufacturing, for catering, for farming, for food packaging, all of them forms part of the food value chain. The food chain, I mean, not value chain, I'm sorry. Food chain. This is the food chain in general. Talk about primary production, we have covered. Talk about person who is transporting, it's covered. Talk about the manufacturer, is covered. Talk about the packaging person, is covered. Talk about who? People in feed and animal food production, they are covered. And even those people in our hotels, the catering, they are covered. Situchipigie makofi mpaka hapo. I think tuko sawa. We now finish with clause number 3. Terms and definition. Terms and definition. What is terms and what is definition? Mtu achaongea leo. Petronila, tuko pamoja? Petronila? Probably Petronila is. Oh, good. Are you in a position to speak? Okay. Petronila is on night shift. and probably she is not able to speak at the moment. Jacqueline, I think I'll be marking register. Ndo nikuwe nikionaga nani achaongea nani ameongea. Jacqueline, acha tuanze na wewe. Terms na definition ni nini?
Terms ni certain phrases.
Certain.
Yeah, let's
What
say
makes them certain?
it's a phrase.
Huh?
It's a phrase
For what?
for let's say when you talk about HACCP, when you say, for example, a critical limit. Yeah. Then now the definition now comes when you explain the meaning.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You didn't give me the perfect thing I was looking for, but still, you're uko sawa. Terms are the keywords. These are the things that are notable in a specific field. For example, because if you say phrases, all these are phrases. But when to write keywords in English, the keywords, the terms. The definition is the meaning of those keywords in simple terms. So this section sets out the terms and definitions used in the standard, which need further clarification in order to apply the standard to a particular organization. Some of them include the notes that seek to provide further information and clarity. For example, when you are talking about something, you are defining it, but if you have to really know more information about this, in most cases you are given the document is hyperlinked, so you can be able to get information elsewhere. What do you mean by hyperlinked? Joy Angela, hyperlinking, what does that mean? Joy. Chepkoech, saidia rafiki yako. I'm waiting for you too. You can unmute and speak. Chepkoech, I'm waiting for you to unmute. Naona ni kama kuna idea. I can't hear you.
Just assist.
Yeah. Unasema nani?
Tusaidie.
Nani huyo? Tafuta mtu hapa nani? Si mimi. Look for someone. Just mention. Nani?
Chwaga.
Chuaga. Good. Kirudia.
Yeah, for me, I think hyperlinking, it's whereby you attach information to another page such that once you click on that particular page, it leads you to another information, or you are open up to another page. It's very common when you are opening websites, you find some blue characters. Once you click on that blue character, it leads you to another page. I guess that's what we understand by hyperlinking.
Perfect. Kila mtu tumeelewana hivyo. That is a perfect. There's no other explanation actually apart from that. That is hyperlinking. So you'll find the document, and if you will check the ISO standard I've shared with you, you'll find under terms and definitions, you'll find a lot of them, they are hyperlinked. So that means if you click it, it takes you to another link somewhere else, which you can be able to do what? You can be able now to even find some further information about that particular word. So other times and division, I normally don't speak much here because hili vitu mnaweza jisomea ati audit inamaanisha nini, acceptable level ni nini, action criterion ni nini. You don't need the terms to competence. Maybe competence. I need to talk about competence because this class is a competence-based training. So competence is the ability to apply knowledge and skills to achieve some desired or intended results. And conformity is a fulfillment of a requirement. Continuous improvement is a recurring activity that enhances performance. End product. What's an end product? But Benina, what's an end product? End product.
The output of the food processing.
The output of
the desired final product of the food processing.
Close to that. But when I say you see the end product and an output, okay, let me accept it is closely related. It's a product that will undergo no further processing because output need much. But now see sometimes the output it can become an input to another process. But now this end product is a product that will undergo no further processing or transformation. That is what an end product is. Feed is anything meant for consumption by food producing animals. Food is anything meant for consumption. Excluding hizo vitu za zile vitu kama miraa nini. Drugs is not part and parcel of this food. And by the way, is miraa drug? Kuna mumeru hapa atuambie kama miraa ni drug. I've personally worked in Meru and mpaka pasta analima hizi vitu bwana. I don't know. Yeah, maybe Eric, ni kama wewe si mbali ama wewe, lakini which part of this country do you come from, Eric? Hebu tuambie, ni unaelewa hii maneno ya miraa? Is it a drug or ni food group? Ni cash group tu? Unasikia mtaki kitu kabisa, lakini huko mpaka pastors wanapanda bwana. Tracy, unajua hii kitu? I just want to know because it's William, hii miraa bwana, is it a drug or a food? Ama tu it's a stimulant, ni chai tu, ni kama venye kwa kina nani, kwa kina Chepkwejo wanapanda chai.
Hiyo ni kama chai tu.
Kweli? Na mbona amuitaki kabisa?
Haitakiwi is a source of income.
So watu wakule miraa.
It contributes very much to Meru County's GDP.
Umesema the county gross domestic product inakulia hapa.
Ukitoa hiyo huko hakuna kitu. Ukitoa miraa huko GDP inabaki zero.
Na hena jirani, acha nisome hii message. Hii haiwezi nipita. Call message. Inasema hena jirani, pastor, I found them consuming ati kwani miraa ni mbaya. Miraa si mbaya. So bado mniambie tomorrow in the class ya Monday. Mniambie kama miraa ni drug ama ni chakula. But anyway, animal food, anything made for non-food producing animals. Yes. Hizi zingine ni vitu tumesema. I think we can say we can end there on the non-auditable clauses, so that in our next class we start with the auditable clauses. Now, clause number 4 all the way. Is that all right, ladies and gentlemen? Thumbs up kama mnakubaliana mimi ama niendelee. Jua kuna siku nilikuwa nafanya darasa, mtu akaniambia, "Si uliandika hii darasa inafaa kuwa 2 hours." Usipomaliza 2 hours sio umenilipia. So sitaki kuwaibia. Tunaelewana. Hii ni ile tunaita Settlements Agreements Act. Anyway, thank you so much. Allow me to stop presenting and give you a chance to speak in this class and be able to tell me what you think about it. All right.